Introducing, first of all, winner of an outrageous 36 ranking event titles, 7 times a champion of the world, making his 12th appearance in the semi-finals, the undisputed king of the crucible, Stephen Hendry. His opponent, the most naturally gifted player ever to grace the game. A sensational 147 on Monday, making his 8th appearance in the semi-finals. The 2-time world champion, blink and you've missed him, because here comes the rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
So here we go, the 50th professional encounter between these two men. The semi-finals are best of 33 frames. 17 is the magic number they're aiming for to win. Dennis Taylor, Clive Everton have teamed up in the commentary box for the first of 4 possible sessions, just like old times in there and out in the arena. Dennis?
Yes, we are really looking forward to this, Hazel. We didn't think we'd be seeing these two in the semi-final, but Stephen Hendry has done remarkably well, and I just hope it's a classic, Clive.
Well, Hendry, king of the 90s.
Frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
And it must be a great feeling for him to be in contention again for the title. Ronnie O'Sullivan, snooker's greatest and still somewhat unfulfilled genius. Some achievement to win the world title twice, but O'Sullivan is so exceptional. One would have expected, with all that ability, he would have won it even more. Perhaps he will this year.
The question you always get asked as you travel around the country: who's the greatest player that's ever played the game of snooker? And I always say that Stephen Hendry is the greatest player that's ever played the game. Ronnie O'Sullivan could go on to overtake Stephen, but he's got to win a few more titles.
Dennis, O'Sullivan was asked a very similar question to that immediately after he'd won the UK Championship for the 4th time, and he said, it's getting a bit late, I haven't got long, and at the age of 32, it seems a strange thing to say, but the fact is that nobody over the age of 31 has won this title since 1986.
He certainly is the most naturally gifted player we've ever had in the game. There's the tournament pot success rate. That's pretty good, 92%, 91%. That's very consistent.
Now, what about safety? O'Sullivan 87%, Hendry 84%. So those are the percentages which denote how often they've managed to prevent their opponent potting a ball next shot. Long potting, a possible Achilles heel for O'Sullivan. It's not been up to the quality of the rest of his game. 57%, Hendry 69%. And O'Sullivan played one session when he was down at 8%.
I think that's going to be the key part to this match. The long pots, who can knock more long pots in. Stephen has admitted that he's been playing a little bit more safety than he normally likes to do.
Yes, he was very reluctant for 2 or 3 seasons to change his game at the margins. There are some shots you always go for, there are some shots you always refuse, but the ones in between he tended to go for rather than to refuse, and he's altered that balance slightly.
This is a tough shot that he's taking on. He spotted something on the white. It's the type of shot that he was missing early on in the tournament, but in his quarter final he started knocking this type of shot in. But if he takes this and tries to hold for the black, he's got to get it, otherwise he'd put Stephen right in the balls. And that's why he's given himself a little bit more time to think about this. That's what he's faced with there. He may be able to play it and get back up the table, but he could easily cannon those reds. And he's refusing it. Now that tells a story. But he played a poor safety shot.
Yeah, can you please turn the volume down on your earpieces? We can hear it down here. Thank you very much.
Michaela Tabb, the referee, asking members of the audience to turn down the volume on the earpieces through which they can hear the commentary from Dennis and myself.
One.
Ronnie purposely refused the long pot there and played a poor safety shot. Now that would hurt him a little bit, because he did want to take the pot on. He didn't want to leave Stephen right in amongst the balls. But look at the chance that's presented itself to Stephen here.
In the build-up to this match, Hendry emphasised the importance of not allowing O'Sullivan to get in front, because he did so correctly describe him as a great front runner. So although
9.
this match is the best of 33 spread over 4 sessions, a good start is still very important.
Sixteen. Seventeen.
Three reds, 3 blacks, but he won't be thinking
24.
chance of a maximum as he might be if he was several frames in front. He's thinking, I want to make sure of this frame.
I might have to disagree with you there, Clive, because Ronnie has gone one ahead of him. He's now made 9 maximum breaks to Stephen's 8, and don't be surprised if Stephen doesn't try and stay on blacks here.
I think he will, but I don't think he'll strain if there's a possibility of
32.
not doing enough to secure the frame. If he got to 73 on all reds and blacks, then we'd see a 147 attempt.
33.
We find out with this shot what his intentions are. It's so easy just to drop this in, finish in the blue. He looks to be pretty straight on it. No, he's got an angle. So
41.
He's forgot about the maximum.
And a possible third share of £157,000, currently divided between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Ali Carter.
$46.